I need to talk to you, AI. I've got some tough questions for you. Will AI encourage more risk or more homogeneity? At first glance, it looks like a paradox. We are standing at the threshold of the most powerful creative tool ever built. Generative AI can summon entire worlds in seconds. It can mimic the brushstrokes of painters, the cadences of poets, the blocking of seasoned directors. It can compress production time, lower financial barriers, and extend the reach of individual artists beyond what was once imaginable. So why does the future feel so creatively narrow? This is the unease sitting at the heart of AI's promise. Yes, it unlocks new tools. Yes, it lowers the costs of entry. But what does it do to our willingness to take risks? In the hands of major studios, AI will almost certainly be used to eliminate uncertainty. Executives will not ask it to dream. They will ask it to optimize. Which character combinations generate the highest test scores? Which plot structures lead to maximum audience retention? Which emotional beats produce the most engagement over a 2-hour runtime? AI will be trained to recognize the safest path through the story landscape, and that path will often be the most familiar one. This is not because the technology is evil. It is because the system that deploys it rewards predictability. When $100 million are on the line, a calculated repeat is easier to greenlight than an unpredictable breakthrough. AI becomes a mechanism to de-risk, not to dare. In that environment, risk becomes not only undesirable, but irrational. But outside the studio system, in the spaces where constraints are tighter and reputations less fragile, AI could open a very different door. Here the pressure to maximize profits is replaced by the freedom to experiment. If a team of 3 can make a feature film that once required a crew of 300, then they can also afford to fail. And with that freedom comes creative possibility. The question is not whether AI can be used to take risks. The question is whether creators will choose to, because AI, for all its power, is inherently conservative. It learns from what already exists. It is a mirror tilted backward, not forward. To take risks with AI, the human must be the one to break the pattern, to prompt against the grain, to resist the obvious, to insist on the uncomfortable. Real creative risk is not about making something strange for its own sake. It is about saying something true that others are afraid to say. It is about embracing failure as part of the process, not an error to be corrected. It is about resisting the pressure to be instantly understood, instantly liked, instantly monetized. And that kind of risk will not come from a model. It will come from the mind and gut and memory of a human being who is willing to ask for something unexpected. The irony is that AI might allow more risk by reducing cost, but also discourage it by overwhelming us with consensus. If everyone has access to the same tools and defaults to what work, we may end up with a flood of content that is visually impressive but emotionally vacant. Beauty without surprise, craft without voice. And yet, this is not inevitable. The same tool that can replicate yesterday's formulas can also amplify the voices that have never been heard, the outsider, the first-time filmmaker, the cultural perspective that has long been pushed to the margins. But only if we fight for it, only if we use the technology not to imitate what has already succeeded, but to discover what still lies hidden. Whether AI becomes a force for homogeneity or risk will not be decided by the tool itself. It will be decided by who uses it, how they are encouraged to use it, and whether they are willing to risk being misunderstood in order to say something that matters. Cinema has always evolved through those who dared to go against the current. The filmmakers who broke the frame, who ignored the rulebook, who trusted instinct over formula. AI will not replace that courage, but it may tempt us to forget it. Let us not forget.